Alright, so what's up, YouTube? Tier list. This is gonna be the first one I make for this patch. Later, I will make another one that will include Greatsword and be more like up to date because this patch is only been out for less than a week. So obviously, I'm not gonna get everything right, or things might change. So if things change later, that will be an updated tier list on how I see the meta now, rather than whatever the fuck. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm gonna make this fast so I can make the character tier list too. This is not that difficult of a thing to do. Uh, if I wanted to put S tier, and I'm gonna just delete this because I don't think there is going to be a D tier. So I'm just gonna go with Canon because I think Canon, as of right now, is the best weapon in the game. The sidelight buff opened up a bunch of really just dumb shit that you can do. It's looking back like when Sandstorm first put out the weapon last year. It's like almost the same thing, except with even more jank because of the hitbox changes. So Canon is probably the best weapon in the game right now. It has good matchups into most things, and a bad, like it's like good into most things, and then when it like falls short, it's whatever. Like Hammer, I think has a good matchup into it, but it's like even that matchup is like just like chilling. It's like whatever it can survive. Uh, but yeah, other high tiers are probably gonna be what come after, and honestly, I might just even make this SS, and then make this S. Oops. So I'll just make this SS. Switch. I'll make these SS. I'll make this S. Don't really care about the colors. Then this will be A, and I don't think anything goes into C. Why do you do that to me? It's not cool, man. Oops. A. And B. So Canon, best weapon in the game. If I had to pick another weapon to join it and SS, it would probably have to be Hammer, honestly. Weapon does damage, does chip, has combos, kills you. It does literally everything, especially with the new sidelight buff, which is like not everyone's going to be able to hit it. That's fine, but the option is there. You're talking sidelight down like 2 frames. Hammer is crazy right now. Nair is doing 20 damage still and still X grounded, so there's room for everything. Everything you could possibly want to do on a weapon, Hammer does it. It's been sped up constantly. Now it's really fast. You're not looking at any bad matchups at all with the weapon. So that's why I'm going to look at and say Hammer is also SS tier. And Hammer is not bad into Canon. So that's honestly just a plus. If you can time Canon out on Hammer, then you're just looking good no matter what. And if you are interested in learning how to play Hammer, shameless plug, I have the Hammer guide that you can go look at. Uploaded a couple days ago. So that's what that's looking like. And yeah. Okay, so now I would actually start moving us down a tier, and this is where it actually does get weird rather than what it was before. So Russian Mafia is gone. Russian Mafia is true at 150 on 5+ decks, and I did it on 2 decks Nash too actually. So it's true on everything at 150. This is where it starts getting messy, right? Spear SS? No, Spear's gonna not be SS, it's gonna go down. The thing is, I like Spear, and Spear is like really good with the changes, but that's only till you start realizing that, okay, now you actually get punished for dodging bad. That's one thing, okay? If dodge punishes were that broken, you'd see Katars much higher than they are all the time. And yeah, I understand we're looking at a 60 damage combo on Spear, right? That's a big combo, that's damage. But Sword is still better because Sword has better neutral game, it has better close-up options, and with the new sidelight, even though it's untested and explored, it's not unexplored, it's like 2 patches ago, but you still have to get used to what's new. I would say that Sword is actually a lot better than Spear, or at least close enough to being above it to where I can put it like this. So I would want to put Sword. Axe is still doing 30 damage a combo. It's missing a lot of damage on the circle, the behind hitboxes now, but it still has the same kill potential, the same scare factors, the same frame data. It's just missing a bit of damage where it honestly didn't deserve to have the damage in the first place. So I would put Axe before Spear because Axe still has good matchups too. It's not losing anything that it wasn't last patch. So I would put Axe, and then I would finally put Spear. And people are saying Guns. Guns loses to literally every one of these weapons except Canon, so I don't see why you would put Guns anywhere here. Yeah, it's just not. I don't see Gun beating anything here. Maybe someone else might disagree with me, but that's just me. And guy like me, I'm just built different. Bow is very mid compared to all of this stuff. Bow is not worse because the nerfs did not change it. These things are better. Bow is not worse. So, if I had to place anything next, I would put. And now you're getting really close to where it doesn't actually matter. I don't think anything here is like too far apart. Yeah, this goes here too. Honestly, this goes here. It's better than the rest of them. So, I think Scythe got worse. Scythe did not get worse, but it's just not good. It just doesn't do anything. See, and you'll notice a trend here where it's like, okay, these two are string weapons, and that's why they're bad. What does Gauntlets have that these don't have? Gauntlets isn't a string weapon. Gauntlet has 3-hit combos all over the place. That's not what a string weapon is. So, I don't understand why it has so many true combos, but fact of the matter is it does have all these true combos. So, you would have to account for that and then move it up. When you get into B tier, you're now looking at guns and guitars equally tied. Like, it doesn't even matter where I put these. Both these weapons are. I would like to even put these further because now you're going into B tier. But is it that much worse than SS? Actually, yeah, it is, but still. I don't like Orb. I don't like it, but I think it's good. I think people just don't play it, and I think if people started playing it, then you'd be much more scared of it. You thought guns were much higher. Nah, guns just have sidelight nair, and it's not even that consistent. To be good at guns, you have to be really good at reading people after sidelight, and then what you're looking at is like someone like Cody. Cody makes guns look really good because he's really good at reading what his opponent's going to do, and then getting the most damage he can out of it. But in reality, all the weapons have stuff to deal with guns. Excuse me. All the weapons have stuff to deal with guns, and to stay really close and tight with guns in order to punish them. So Hammer can do stacked nair, falling nair to stay on guns, and it's really hard for guns to get that damage back on just one hit. And yeah. Thought Guitars could at least make it to A tier. I mean, look at what's in A tier and tell me that you think Guitars is as good as the rest of this shit. Like, you think Guitars is as good as what Gauntlets can do right now and what Lance still has available to it. The reason Lance has moved down here is because, okay, now what does Lance do? Lance does its damage and then doesn't kill you because you're able to just stay on the ground now. You don't have to panic jump because you don't have to dodge sidelight. So now you're stuck on the ground against Lance and they can't kill you because you are on the ground. And when they sidelight you on the ground, what happens? Nothing. They sidelight you on the ground and you're perfectly fine. You have nothing to worry about. You just dodge out of the kill combo and you're fine. But before that wasn't the case. So it does damage, but it doesn't kill you. Now you're looking here. This weapon does damage, kills you. This weapon does damage, kills you immediately. This weapon does damage, has free kill confirms. This weapon doesn't have free kill confirms, but it sets you up in a position to be killed constantly. It's always looking to kill you. It always has that threat on you. This weapon is in the same boat as Axe, where you can hit its light attack moves, and the dodges that put you in a position to die. Lance does not put you in a position to die at all. You have to cheese so hard to get killed by Lance. You can honestly just sit on the ground, and honestly, I played Caustic's earlier today, and it really shows how easy it is. You can sit on the ground and not die, because this shit just does not have threat onto you to kill you. It just doesn't. And yeah, you can sidelight Nair, but what are you going to do after the Nair? You're not going to die against Lance this patch. Unless you're getting hit by Gauntlets Air, in which case you need to work on something else, bro. I'm worried about you. Gauntlets have kills, but they also have bad matchups all across the board. You're not playing Gauntlets into Axe, you're not playing it into Hammer or Canon. You might want to play it into Sword if you really want to, Spears, whatever, but it loses to all of this. I honestly would even put it above Lance now that I'm looking at it. Scythe is the worst weapon to me, and I'm looking at it and I genuinely don't think Scythe is better than any of these weapons. Scythe has better gimp potential than Katars, yes, but on stage it just does nothing still. It's looking at low priority, it's looking at medium damage, it's looking at not very good of KO options, and Scythe can be annoying because you have to keep track of your dodge, but as you're keeping track of that dodge, when you get to that point where you can actually keep track of your dodge, Scythe is not your enemy at all. It doesn't even like random dodges, like just straight up random dodges, like when you run into a random dodge against Katars, uh, it can get a string onto you. It can do damage to you. When you look at a random dodge onto Scythe, it's about the same thing. It's like, yeah, they do the same thing on a random dodge, but I feel like Katars have more options on some of the dodges. Like there are dodges that Katars can't punish, and there are dodges that Scythe can't punish. But I feel like there's a lot more for Scythe that you get out from for free. You just have to work a lot harder, and maybe you don't agree, but I feel like you genuinely do have to work a lot harder on Scythe this patch, and last patch too. I would have put it the same place last patch. What do you have to do to get coaching? You pay $24 because you're a sub. Thank you for subbing, by the way. But yeah, so this is my 1v1 tier list, and this is just what I think. I'm going to do a 2v2 tier list right now, and I'm not going to talk while I do it just so I can get it done really fast. I'm going to reset this, and I'm going to make a 2v2 tier list right now. Oh, I didn't save it. Okay, I can make it again really fast. Boom, 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 and then it was axe, and then it was spear, and then it was bow, and then it was gauntlets, lance, orb, guns, Katars, Scythe. And I know some people, like, I think Boomy still thinks guns are good, but I just can't agree with it, so it's just me. I don't think they're bad. Nothing's really bad. I think you can still win with everything. But yeah, okay, so reset now, and I'm gonna make a really quick 2v2 tier list, and that's what we're gonna look at. Okay, so in 2v2s, this is what is broken right now. Oops. Like I said, not really gonna explain it too much. I'll get around to it if I need to. Oh, oops. Delete, move this up, move this down. Honestly, this goes back here. You have to be really good at bow, and it doesn't really help your teammate. And this is good. So I'm gonna explain it real fast. Spear is the best weapon in twos. And now you catch a dodge in twos with spear, and you are doing 70. You are doing 60 damage plus follow up. You get a 60 damage dodge read, dodge punish plus follow up from your teammate. That's going to be 70 damage at least if you can get that. Sword always stable, always solid. Kills, sidelights, a lot to go. A lot to work with. Just like so much to work with. Sword's never going to be bad in twos the way it's set up. Even when it was a bad weapon, it wasn't bad in twos, and now it's getting buffed, so you're going to be able to set a lot up. You're going to be move fast. Axe, solid again. I think these two weapons beat it in terms of speed, but Axe makes up for it in kill potential. But that's whatever. I think you need an axe. I agree, but I think with these two weapons you can go without it. You can live. You can survive. You need spear on your team. I truly believe that you cannot play twos without a spear on your team. You need it. You have to have spear on your team in twos. Sword. Yes, you need that to kind of less extent. That's fine. You have to have spear on your team in twos. Sword you would be really good to have too. Axe, you're getting into that area where you need it too, but I feel like these two weapons also deal with axe, and it's fine. This is same boat as axe. Honestly, it's okay. I think axe is a better hammer in twos. It does the same thing, does the same kill options. Canon, very unexplored. Only Sandstorm has seemed to do any work with this, unless EU is doing work with it, so I don't know. But it's crazy stuff that Canon can do in twos, and it can get away with a lot of bullshit if you ever watch Sandstorm play. So, Gauntlets, solid too. Same thing as Spear, where if you can get a good dodge read, you're doing a lot of damage. It's less possible for your teammate to follow up just because of where Gauntlet sends them, but it still does what it needs to do. It does its own damage, so that's fine. Not going to complain too much about that. Orb used to be, to me, a better sword, and now it's just a worse sword. Bow does a lot of damage and can do a lot. The thing is, it's not really team-oriented. In twos, bow is like a literal solo carry weapon, where you pick bow and not even like to like if you go watch me in Phazon when I played bow all last year, it was never like, it never did anything to assist Phazon or to where Phazon could follow up on me. It was literally just like, oh, go off on your own and gimp this guy, kill this guy, do a bunch of damage to this guy. You're not going to do anything with a bow. I meant I wasn't going to go into depth while I put them on the chart. I was going to go in depth after. So, Lance does nothing at all, literally. So, it's just stupid. Yeah, like you can read Phazon saying it himself. Literally, the only person that it uses bow and two as well is me and then Boomy. You're not going to this does nothing for your team. It's literally just like you pick it and then you run around like an idiot and do whatever you want to do by yourself. That's whatever. Lance, honestly, it's a fucking net negative for your team. I should move it down because this thing kills your teammate. It's even worse. Bow over blasters. Blasters is just for 1v2 combos. In the actual 2v2, you're locked in all the time. It's a comfort weapon. It's not actually that good because you're locked in all the time. Your combos are super long. Your damage is fine. Like it's fine, but it's not like anything. So do you really want it? It sets up combos just as well as these weapons, but you are standing still for so long that it's not really of value to you. That being said, Cody Travis is a god, so it doesn't matter. Scythe over Katars. Scythe does... Oh, so I don't want to talk about Scythe. I would honestly put Scythe off the tier list if I could. Katars are the worst weapon to choose, but I don't have an opinion on this weapon right now. Just in specific, I'm putting it at the bottom. It's not worse than Katars, but I don't have much to say about it. It's also not worse than guns. I honestly just lied here. This is where Scythe would... This is the lowest Scythe would be, but in a world that I don't live in yet, it's actually way higher. But as of right now, this is where it is. Whereas Greatsword, I'm not going to do one on Greatsword yet. Alright, so this is the final tier list for me. But this Scythe thing is... And I'll go in more in depth in the future, probably. Excuse me, but I don't really want to talk too much about that. So that's where I would put it into. At least. I think it can actually be a lot higher. Okay. That's why I'm going to end this video here. So thank you on YouTube for watching. If you want to see these live, you can go over my Twitch, and you can see them live there. There's a 17-minute video, so unlucky. But yeah, whatever. Bye, YouTube.